Is this on? Hello? Gherkins? Seymour the chicken? Hugh Hefner's hat. What am I doing? What am I doing? Take a guess. Friday, 5:30 a.m. Now I'm just sitting here waiting for McDonald's to open so I can get a cup of coffee and an egg sandwich. And then scanning through the old email, back from, I guess it's vacation. It was like a week and a half or 2 weeks away. Didn't feel like vacation. It felt like I was in a sanitarium, sanitation, funny farm, the booby hatch, recovering. I didn't really do much vacationing. The first, I forget how long we were gone, almost 2 weeks. So for the first 3 days gone, I was asleep for all but like 10 or 11 of those 72 hours. Because leading up to it, I was running on, 5, 6, 7 hours of sleep per week, which I'm now back to. We got to fix this. So I'm trying to finish up the sponsor ad with the pickles and the chicken. Scanning through the email, which I never really get to anymore. Oh, look, it's an email from my accountant. That's never good news. I was going to say never good news. My lawyer reaches out, but Will is different. Will's cool. But usually you don't want to hear from these folks. You want to do the outreach to them. You don't want your lawyers and attorneys saying, "Hey, here's the email. I hope you're both doing well," to me and Jen. "We wanted to inform you that we've recently received a notice from the IRS indicating that your 2022 tax return has been selected for an audit. Rest assured, we will be handling all communications with the IRS on your behalf and managing the audit process from our end. Please note we'll be charging hourly for the time assisting with the audit, except from our monthly retainer, of course. Of course. Selected for an audit. I've joked about that for a couple of years when people have said, are you afraid? The topics you cover. Am I recording? My lights are even on. Is anything on? I'll find out when it's done. Are you afraid? And the answer is usually no. Especially when the channel gets, if there's a million people watching and I vanish, like I literally vanish and no one can reach Jen or Victoria or Gina or any of the people that someone's going to sniff around and ask a question or two. Like, what happened to these folks? They all went fishing in Lake Mead in the middle of the night together that night on a party boat with Natalie Wood or whatever. It would be suspicious. So I don't really worry too much about it, and I really don't think I'm all that important. That I'm in that much danger. There have been a couple of episodes that have concerned me. That not that I would, have a bomb in my car, but episodes where I felt like, you might get a phone call. You might get a phone call from like special agent in charge saying, we need you to cool it with some of these things. There have been a couple of those episodes. And there have been two that I didn't even want to release. I had a sponsor commitment. They're like, no, we really want you to really attack the government aggressively. Okay. But for the most part, I don't really worry about it. But what I have said that I worry about, that I fear more than an assassination attempt or some, trumped up charges. It has become an ironic statement at this point. Trumped up charges, not really worried about that. What I fear is the IRS. Because they can make your life hell. They can make a mess of things. And I think I've said this on the show, but there's only one crime in America that has more stricter, more intense punishment than murder, and that's tax evasion. So yeah. So I don't worry about CIA, FBI, rogue cops, none of it. I worry about the IRS. And all of my fears have come to fruition. I don't know. I've never been through an audit. I don't know what to expect. I'm assuming it's going to be fine. I mean, it's not like I'm working in a cash business anymore, like I did at some point. Probably shouldn't say that. When they're auditing your books, you probably shouldn't even imply that you've been hinky with your taxes, which I haven't been. I'm above board. What I'm saying is, whatever they're like, I don't even really see the money. It goes from YouTube into the bank account, and then I pay my bills, and then Jen will buy a bag, and that's pretty much it. Like, I don't really see any money, so I'm assuming it's all cool. You know, the accountants handle it. But that sounds like famous last words. The accountants handle it. That didn't it sound like I'm on the stand? I feel like I actually need representation for this video. Lawyer. I think the accountants. I don't know. I just looked at the email that time. It's not even. It didn't just come in. I just happened to see it. It came in a week ago. It looked like we have signed over power of attorney to these folks. Have you ever been through an audit? What happens? It's gonna be fine. But that's not an accident. That's not an accident. They know we're here. We're making a dent. And I ain't going nowhere.